Hello everybody, welcome to another how-to video on Heroes of the Storm. Today we will be playing as Anub'arak, the Crypt Lord of the Frozen Throne, King of Ajol Nerub. Or should I say, used to be King of Ajol Nerub. Unlike Abathur before him, every other character at this point, he actually can go into combat and whatnot. That's just the way he rolls, yo. And like the previous time, we will just jump right into the game, and I'll explain more on the way in. Alright.
Heroes, prepare for combat.
Let's see here. What do I want? I think I'll go with... I usually go for Assault Scarab. I think I'm going to go for Regeneration Master this time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the battle begin.
So Abathur, not Abathur, I'm so used to saying Abathur, I'm sorry. Because at the time of this video, I recorded this video shortly after I finished playing as Abathur, so I'm used to saying Abathur right now. Anub'arak is a warrior character. He's supposed to take the damages, but not deal very much damage back in turn. Not deal very much damage back in turn. But his first ability is Impale, and it essentially does exactly what you think it does. In that it sends out a wave of spikes and launches enemies that are in its path. That second ability, W, that I just did, is Harden Carapace, and that gains a shield, so I can absorb damage for only for 3 seconds though, so that's kind of unfortunate. That's a wee bit unfortunate, but that's not the point. And I'm playing as an Artanis, one of my favorite characters in the game. And then I have Burrow Charge. So I can burrow to a location, I deal damage when I come out of it. That's called Burrow Charge, yeah. I'll use it right here. Come here! Yes! So unlike Abathur, I am much better when I'm actually in the thick of things and fighting. And with that health regeneration buff that I picked in the beginning, Regeneration Master, it'll probably help me last longer in the thick of things, but not against Artanis, so we're gonna move out of there.
I must pull back.
Actually, it is against Artanis, so I should be able to last. I might be able to last, we'll see. Nope, we're not gonna make it. Run for it! Oh good, Uther showed up. Lunara, run, please! Oh, thank goodness. Alright, I'm gonna go with Under King this time. I'm gonna experiment. I usually pick Legion of Beetles. And then you can... Abathur's passive ability is Scarab Host, so every time you use an ability, you spawn a Beetle at your location, and it'll proceed to run down the lane or temporarily help you out in that spot if you're dealing with somebody already. And we are playing on the Dragonshire, and every map has a unique thing about it that I had forgotten to mention in my first video. In this case, you can kind of see it at this point, but in this case, you have to collect you have to get these shrines. you have to go around and activate these shrines in order to activate the Dragon Knight who's in the center of the map.
You should drink from a fountain while you're still able.
But you can only activate the Dragon Knight if you have both shrines available.
You have done well.
And in this case, it's gonna be kind of tricky. I'm stuck. It's okay. I'll live, damn it. I'll live! You cannot handle the likes of me. I am a Scaraby character. Scaraby? I'm a scrappy character. So as long as I keep getting healing globes, or yeah, regeneration globes, I'll be able to start healing a lot faster than normal. Excuse me. Time to go. What's wrong, bud?
I must pull back.
It's a bit dark in my room at the moment, so I'm probably clicking buttons by accident. Let's get a little light in here, just a little light. So this is where the trouble comes in when you're playing on this map with only bots, because I'm just showing off the character. I'm not necessarily playing to win, and I don't play to win anyway. I have more fun that way. So like I said, I usually go Legion of Beetles, and that just allows me to have a more significant laning presence, because I'll always have a Beetle out. And whatnot. Come here, Nova, you're mine. Come here! Dang it, I missed. Well. Oh well, I'm gonna see if I can get to this thing fast. No, I'm not gonna make it. So let's see. I'll take what I usually have this time and go with leeching scarabs. So this way, every time I get a beetle, it'll heal me every time it strikes an enemy. That would go in good combination with Legion of Beetles, in my opinion. Because then you'll always have a beetle running around ready to help you out at a moment's notice. And besides, the beetles don't usually last very long anyways. I don't think there's an ability to increase their like, how long they last. So when it comes to a bot game, it's usually a war, a very long war to see who gets the Dragon Knight. Which sucks, because it makes these videos last a lot longer, as you can see in the middle of the map. Essentially, this is kind of... I'm really just showing off the abilities of each character, I guess, and just kind of how you play them a little bit. Oh, she's right there! Get her! Yeah! Poison! Good job, Lunara.
You have failed.
Did I get attributed to kill? Well, actually, if you hit the character, you get to share the kill. But it'll still tell you that, like, if you assisted or not at the same time, so that's kind of cool. I'm not going to stand much of a chance against the twosome that is a warrior and a support character. Yeah. I gotta figure out why my keyboard's not messing up. I found a kind of a remedy, but it still has trouble when I want it to do something and it doesn't do it. I might just need a new keyboard, to be honest. which kind of blows because it's for being an older keyboard, it is quite good actually. Okay, so Lunara's gonna get that. I'm gonna go ahead and puppy guard the center of the map. Because sometimes it works when you click your ability, but I have it set so that you click and hold to activate the boost. But sometimes the push button war ones just don't really work. Ah, they took the top one.
Go and heal, or something bad happens.
Well, I'm not really worried at the moment, so I just need someone to claim that and claim that upper one really quick, and then I can take over the Dragon Knight. I'm hoping they can do it. This is usually a very long war. Ah, now we lost the bottom one too. Dang it! See, this is where it just turns into a war of attrition over the Dragon Knight in bot games like this. Only because every time they leave, the enemy pops in and takes it at the last minute. Oh, quickly! Quickly, quickly, quickly! Yes!
Your enemy shall fall.
So the Dragon Knight has Flame Breath, which, as you just saw, leads a cone of fire in the direction that you face. Which is great for helping clear out minion waves. He has Savage Charge, which essentially is exactly what it sounds. Charge an enemy hero to knock them back and deal 453 damage. The knockback is actually quite big. They really fly. And you can click R to leave the Dragon Knight, which is great for when you need to finish off with something. I'll look at that in a minute. But the one thing that makes him even better than all that is he has the passive Rubble Maker. Let's see if I can get out of this thing before I die. And what Rubble Maker does is that when you attack a building, the damage dealt to structures is doubled, and the damage from structures is halved. Which is great for when you're sitting there going to town on a tower without being disrupted. So go ahead and take Chitness. I'll take Chitness plating this time. I don't know what I usually went with before. I haven't played Anub'arak in a while. I probably went with the symbiotic shield. Or symbiotic armor. If I time that correctly, any move that stuns or knocks up or something like that can take Artanis out of his charge. So that's typically a really good one. Because yeah, I have to be able to hit the guy though, unfortunately. And the impaling spikes aren't particularly fast either, so it's actually really hard to get it. Oh no! He has that move! I think I call it the Purifier Beam. When I get to Artanis, which might be next, no. I got one more and then I'll embellish more on it later.
Who will control the Dragon Knight's power?
I'll go into a little more detail on that when I actually get to Artanis. All right, all right, all right, all right. That was pretty good.
Unleash its power.
I'll go with... I usually go with Beetlejuiced. We'll see though. I'm gonna go help out Sylvanas in the lower lane. More accurately, I'm just gonna go help out these guys, period. Oh, I got hit? Oh, you little cheeky character. I'll go with Epicenter, I guess. I haven't used that one yet. So that'll be nice to see what it does. So usually I focus more on the Beetle, the Scarab Host passive than the others. But anyway, let's keep going here. Oop. Let's see if I'm fast enough to catch up to Zebo over here. It's mine, see? This is mine! Get out of here. My Beetles kick your butt. Ooh, here comes Sergeant Hammer. Traitor Hammer! Oh, I see you, Nova. You're not that cool. Huzzah! You're dead! Get over it! Sorry, Nova, but you decloaked at the worst possible time. Play your cards right, and any character can be just as tough as an assassin hero. Even a warrior. Even a specialist.
You gave them what they deserved.
Alright, let's see if I can go cap this thing again before they take it. The sad thing is that when you're mounted, if the minute you get hit by anything, there you go, perfect example, you instantly demount. Oh, Uther! You dare to keep this from me! Ultimate activate!
Enemy slain. Double kill.
So I'll go ahead and say what Uther's passive is. Every time he dies, he doesn't die immediately, I guess you can call it. He ends up going into, like, the spirit of the light, and then he exists a little longer on the battlefield. And during that time, he can still use his abilities to heal his teammates, but he can't do any damage with them. Only heal. Which is kind of cool, I guess, but anyway, I'll get more into that when I finally get to Uther. Hell, maybe this video will actually be shorter than the rest.
Damn, we are good.
Mayhem.
Ah, I'm too fat. Ooh, we hit level 20 already. Alright, I'll go over the talents that I just picked over in a second. Alright, we're gonna win this one way faster than I thought we were going to.
I must retreat.
Oh, forget it. We're gonna win this one right now, and I'll just go over to talents. And I'll just go over to talents once the match is over. 17 minutes and 1 second. Look at that! So that's probably typically how long a match would usually end up playing out. Sometimes it can go way faster, sometimes it can go way longer, as I shown with Abathur. But in this case, this makes for a shorter video, and I'm actually greatly appreciative of it. So I'll go ahead and put them up on screen again, and then I'll tell you which one I ended up picking. So that increases the max range of Impale, which I probably should have taken at this point. His shield will last longer with Persistent Carapace by only 3 seconds. Assault Scarab I usually take, as that increases the attack damage of spawned Beetles. And this time I chose Regeneration Master, which helped me survive in the field for a lot longer by increasing my health regeneration by 1.5 per second. Under King I chose this time, which increased the range of my Burrow Charge by 20% and lowered the cooldown by 2 seconds, so I can use it much more often. Mercenary Lord has gone through a few changes over the course of the year, or years maybe. I don't know, I forgot when this game came out anyway. And non-boss mercenaries near you deal your hero deal 50% more damage and reduces damage taken by minions and mercenaries by the same amount. What used to happen is if you were in the capture zone, the mercenaries would be permanently buffed, which I would admit would end up getting OP at times when characters with multiple mercenary lord passives would just race around the map and just spam mercenaries as like empowered mercenaries as quickly as possible. So they changed it so that now, as it says, you need to be near the mercenary to gain any form of bonus to them, which is great. Good on you, Blizzard. Locust Needles would my basic attacks deal 50% of your basic attached damage in an area around the target. So every time I struck, I would hit numerous guys around him as well. Legion of Beetles, as I said, I would have taken it usually, so I'll have a beetle every few seconds so I can, whatever, do stuff with it. Shed Exoskeleton, every time I use my W, it'll increase my movement speed by 25%. That's good for when you're, like I did with like I said with Abathur before, if you're in the thick of it and you need to do a quick escape, or if you're trying to catch up to somebody. Urticating Spines, which would allow me to, whenever I use Harden Carapace, I would deal damage to nearby enemies as well. I should have gone with Bed of Barbs this time too. Create a bed of spikes along Impale's path that slows enemy movement speed by 30% and deals 26 damage per second. And spikes persist for 3.5 seconds to continue dealing. I think continue dealing the slow. I need to check that one out later. And then I usually go with Leeching Scarabs, which I did this time. I believe I did. Like I said, my mind's not really awake yet. And Beetles heal you for 50% of their damage with each attack you're doing. Each attack if I am nearby. So that'll help in the long run when you're in like combat. You need to keep yourself alive for longer to help out your teammates. Locust Swarm, which I chose this time, damages enemies and heals myself. So anybody near me gets damaged by a Locust Swarm, and they will continue, and they will heal me for variable, I should say, 18 health. It's longer in the game. Cocoon, I actually don't really use Cocoon. I don't even remember the last time I used it. It's a what do you call it? It's Anub'arak's way of neutralizing a hero without killing them. And it essentially just renders them unable to act or be targeted. They're invulnerable, but they can't do anything for 8 seconds. And allied heroes can actually break the cocoon and free them early. So it's nice for when you're trying to interrupt a channeling ability or prevent someone, a really potent character such as Nazebo, from contributing to any team fights. Burning Rage, exactly as it sounds. It deals 23 damage per second to nearby enemies and is always active. It's not like Abathur's ability where it's every 3 seconds. Chitinous Plating, I used that one this time. Increases the shield amount. A symbiotic armor, Beetles get a shield, so they'll get my shield. They'll get my shield, essentially. Spell Shield reduces incoming ability damage, so I can resist the enemy's abilities a lot more effectively every 30 seconds. Epicenter I used already, and you saw that. It increases the impact area and damage of Burrow Charge by 85%. Beetlejuice is what I usually take as well, so when a beetle kills an enemy, its duration is refreshed, becomes fully healed, and gains 100% bonus health and damage. It can only affect the beetle once. This effect can only occur once per beetle, so every other beetle can get the ability. But once it's done, it can't juice up anymore. It used to have stages, actually, but then they switched it up so it is as you see here. Imposing Presence is exactly as it sounds. Their attack speed is lowered. Blood for Blood will allow me to steal health from my targets. And it activate to deal 10% of target enemy shield. Max health, excuse me, and heal for twice that amount. And I used Hive Master this time. And Anub'arak will gain a permanent Vampire Locust that attacks a nearby enemy every 3 seconds. So that will deal damage and then heal me at the same time. So that's pretty cool. Crypt Weave, I gain the ability to channel on cocoon victims for 4 seconds, increase the duration to 12 seconds. So it's usable once per cocoon. So every time I use a cocoon, I can only use the channeling ability on that. Harden Shield, it essentially is just what it sounds like. Activate to reduce damage taken by 75% for 4 seconds, and rewind resets my cooldowns for my basic abilities, so you can't spam a heroic twice. Quick overview of the abilities again, just in case. But there you have it. That's how I usually play as Anub'arak. And he's a very tanky character from World of Warcraft, or Warcraft I should just say. And he has the abilities to take the damages, chase down opponents, and stun them for damage. On top of having lane presence, which each of those can be buffed through the talents. He can neutralize an enemy, one enemy at the very least, and he can greatly contribute to team fights if the enemies are clustered up and keep himself alive. Overall, he's actually a very versatile character. It just depends on how you play the guy. So next time we will be playing Artanis. We will be playing Artanis after all. One of my favorite StarCraft characters, and one of the characters I can play as best in Heroes of the Storm. So with this, like and subscribe, leave a nice comment, and I hope this video helps you understand the character a little more instead of actually having to sit there and it'll contribute to the game if you're playing with very competitive people. Alright, I'll see you all in the next video. What else can I say? Catch you later!